the 4 ways people are getting monetized on YouTube and why these ways are problematic for most introverts. Not all, but most of us. Hi, I'm Erica, and you're listening to From the Desk of Erica. I once was If I Ain't Reading, but I'll still talk about books on here, and I'll talk about that in another video. But for now, I want to talk about monetization and why it's happening for some, but not for others. So if you're here, thank you for being here. Let's go ahead and jump into the 4 ways to get monetized on YouTube. And this can be applied to any other social media as well. So the first way is a sensational niche or topic. So talking about books is not really sensational. It's not really gossip worthy, but I love books and I love to read. And so that's what I prefer to talk about. You have people who chose a sensational niche like food, gossip, makeup, culture, those things that tend to trend, and they turn very well into money. Bookstagram, booktubers, and book talkers, they actually found a sweet spot on how to talk about their passions and get monetized. And still to this day, after a year and some change, I still have not been monetized by YouTube, and I know why. We'll get to that because that's why you're here. Secondly, in order to get monetized, you have to follow trends. On Book Talk, when people would give a book review, they didn't just give you a book review. They shed real tears over a book. They recorded themselves falling over chairs, bawling their eyes out over their favorite couple in a book. This is typically not something that introverts do, right? We want to read books, we want to create, and that's that. We don't want to do too much. Now, here's a side note. Yes, there are some introverts out there who are doing great on Book Talk. Somehow they found a way to set their personalities and feelings aside and just went for the gusto. But they're following the trends of how to present a book. They even read trendy books. Now, if you're into other areas on social media like food or sports or something like that, of course, you will follow the trends. You will follow the trends or what's trending. What people don't realize, and I forgot to mention this in the first one, is that recording a reaction video is like one of the most popular things on YouTube. I've literally watched people's lives get upgraded because they did reaction videos to the latest rap beefs 6 or 7 years ago. When you look at the background of these content creators, they have a whole new home now. They live in condos. Their makeup got upgraded. It's wild. It's crazy. So if you want a surefire way to monetization, record a reaction video, right? So that's not only a sensational topic, it follows the trend. Third, stay consistent. Most people that I know of that are getting monetized, they stay consistent. So there's a young woman on YouTube named Liesl Loves Books. Shout out to you. She posts every Monday, Wednesday, and Friday religiously. So whether she has a small audience or not, or whether she only gets a few comments here and there, which is, the same for my channel, she still posts. This is one thing that I was able to do as well. I stayed consistent. Last year, I was posting videos, booktube shorts in the morning. So every morning before 9 a.m. or around 9 a.m., I will post a booktube short. I think this is what helped me to get some recognition in the algorithm. So that part I was able to do, so that's kind of a easy. Well, I can't say easy because not everyone can stay consistent, but for me, it was easy to stay consistent. It didn't translate to monetization, but I did get my subscribers. So if you're one of my subscribers and you're watching this, shout out to you. I'm here because of you. Okay. And finally, the fourth way that people are getting monetized is the most important. I want you to pay very close attention to this now, because this translates to dollars fast. People are getting monetized by sticking with what works. Hear me out. As soon as you notice that certain posts of yours get more clicks, more views, you need to explore that a little further and figure out, okay, what is it that's bringing people back to these kinds of posts? I'm going to give you a couple of examples so I don't leave you hanging. There's a guy named Cabinet Carl on Facebook. He talks about food that looks bad online, okay? He's not a food critic. He's a content creator who shows other people's videos of their food. He'll show a picture of just nasty looking food, and he'll get upset about it. But instead of just getting upset about it, Cabinet Carl did something different. He would slap aluminum foils down to the ground in anger if he viewed a video of food that just looked plain old nasty. And people loved it. So Cabinet Carl did what we all should do if we're on social media trying to get monetized. He paid attention to the analytics. He listened to his audience. He looked at the comments. He looked at what was getting more likes. And now he's creating skits around these slapped empty aluminum pans. He has his own little intro, outro. Everything has upgraded because he found out what worked and he stuck with it. Yeah, he may have had to, come out of his skin a little bit to create these skits, or maybe he didn't have to do that. I don't know what the case is. But either way, he liked looking at badly prepared food online, and that was his comfort zone. But he realized, okay, people didn't just like my comfort zone. They like when I slap pans to the ground in anger. I know it's weird what people like these days, but me and my husband love watching him on Facebook. Here's another example. Her name is Book Lover Laura. I love her channel. She talks about books, obviously. But what she started doing, and I noticed this early on, when she would talk about dramatic stuff that was occurring in the publishing world, she got more engagement on her page. And so now she calls herself Laura Says. And I believe she's getting monetized now. I'm not sure, but it's clear that she's been paying attention to the numbers. And then there's another lady who I remember watching her video last year of her. She literally recorded herself live as the department let her go. So she was laid off and she was crying. And so her YouTube posts have been mostly about how she's living her life, managing her budgets and things like that. And we tuned in. We absolutely love it. And then she did something that was really smart. She told us that she consulted someone who's like a social media guru. And this person showed her which posts were getting most engagements, what she can tweak to, get more views or what may have you. And before I knew it, a few months later, she announced that she is now monetized on YouTube. And this is because she stuck with what was working. Someone actually helped her to figure out what was working. And I think that was really cool. So sometimes we just need someone to guide us, in the right direction to getting the audience and to getting monetized. Now, the reason why I said that a lot of these ways is problematic for introverts is because it forces us to come out of our skin a bit, and it's very uncomfortable to do that. I'm not 100% an introvert, but I'm about 65-75% an introvert. And there are introverts out there who are getting monetized and are doing what they have to do. So I don't want you to think that that every introvert is not getting monetized. That's not what this video is about. This video is about how to get monetized and why it's problematic for most introverts getting monetized, because in order to get monetized, you have to beat the system. You have to beat the algorithms. So even if you do these 4 things that I'm talking about, it does not necessarily mean that it will work in your favor. Now, you may be wondering if I have any solutions for you as an introvert. And the only thing I can say is what I've seen worked for others and what was kind of sort of working for me while being on YouTube. And that is why I changed my entire YouTube channel, because I want to be able to help people shift their thinking a bit and think differently about creativity, about culture, about life, different things like that, because maybe there is a solution in the conversation. I just wanted to get the conversation going. But if there is a solution for you to get monetized, choose a solution that meets the sweet spot of your passion as well as what's trending, and then stick with it. I think that is the best solution, because as I said, book lover Laura, she talks about books, and books may seem like a very boring topic, but she found that talking about drama that surrounds books actually works. And she posts consistently, I think like once a week or a couple times a week, but she's consistent with it. But her main thing is that she's talking about something that people are tuning into. We want to know about the drama that's going on with books and such. You may not be into books. You may be a crafter. You may be into knitting and everything. And let me tell you right now, craft videos are always peak, okay? Craft videos are wonderful. You literally sit there and you can tutor people through video on how to make certain things, and you can make it fun. You can make it however way you want to, but you're doing something that you love and you're recording yourself doing that. So if any of you have suggestions, put it in the comments of how introverts can be monetized without feeling overwhelmed, you know? So that's all I have for you today. Thank you so much for listening. I will be back with more videos. Go ahead and give this video a thumbs up and subscribe if you haven't already, because that's how I'm going to get discovered in the algorithm, unfortunately. But yeah, let me know your thoughts. I'll be back with another video. Y'all take care.